The purpose of this video is to show you how to do principal components analysis using Stata. This is video 4.16.1, and what we first want to do when we open up Stata, I open up a do file, which you can find right here. And what we want to do is enter in the data in the data viewer and then rename the variables in the window or by commands. And we did this when we went over in section 4.4 of your text when we went over factor analysis using Stata before, but now we're doing principal components with the covariance matrix. So let's first go over to this button right here, Data Editor, and we want to enter in the variables that we have. We're going to use this same simplest case data, but remember that we switched these two variables before. Before it was 16 and below was 20, but remember we switched this to 20 and 16. I'm just going to go down 5, 5, 4, 2. And if you need these numbers again, you can find them on page 180 of your text. Going to double check and make sure that is correct. It looks good. So let's go back to the do file. And what we want to do is rename the variables in the window, but what I'm going to do is actually do it by commands. So type rename var1, we're going to call it verbal, and rename variable 2, we're going to call it math, and rename variable 3 logic. Now that we've done that, we can go back to our data viewer. Let's see here, excuse me. Let's go back to our do file. We're going to run the analysis. So what you do for principal components is you hit PCA for principal components analysis, and you're going to put your variables in. Verbal, math, and logic. Now, sorry, I forgot to run this. So you're going to highlight this text and hit run. Now we can go back to the data viewer and see it's labeled verbal, math, and logic. When you're running the analysis, PCA, verbal, math, and logic are variables, and we're doing this on the covariance matrix. So highlight this, and we're going to run it and look at our results. Okay. So if you look over here to the left, you'll see for component 1 we have the eigenvalue of 37.39. For component 2 we have 5.021, which corresponds with what we found in your text. Now the principal components, this table that we have down here, doesn't give us the scaled coefficients as we see in table 4.8 of your text. However, it does give us matrix K, which is the matrix of the two normalized eigenvectors that we joined together in, I believe that was video 4.13. So this is basically how you do principal components analysis in SPSS. Excuse me, not SPSS. Just kidding, in Stata. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that was helpful.